Virat Kohli, I think he's the best one-day international cricket player to ever play the game.
Yeah, I think most Australians have a lot of respect for him and the way he plays the game.
Aggressive captain.
Yeah, he captains India great. Bats really well. Amazing player, probably the best in the world.
He's an absolute great player and fantastic batsman to watch.
Yeah, Jesus, he's been talking about the whole time. He's just the epitome of being an Australian, isn't he?
Look, I think he's probably the batsman of his generation, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I think Virat Kohli brought a whole new dimension to cricket, not just Indian cricket.
Oh, he's a pretty amazing player, you know. Every time he bats, you just see him get consistent 50s, consistent 100s, you know.
Right.
Good batsman.
Good batsman, yeah.
And he's a legend. He's one of the best of all time.
He's quite a good captain for India.
I think he's pretty charismatic, actually.
This is Norman Kochnek here for Eyes on Cricket and Sree Harsha Cricket. I'm actually here in Coogee, again Coogee, Sydney, Australia, on the streets talking to the average Australian about their thoughts of the Indian players, specifically Virat Kohli, current captain, leading batsman. So Will, let's talk specifically now about your thoughts on Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli, I think he's the best one-day international cricket player to ever play the game. And I think his test is a fantastic player. But I think Steve Smith is a better test match cricket player than him.
Interesting perspective. I would argue you've got some very good points there, actually. What about his captaincy?
I think he is a fierce leader. I really appreciate the way he's been able to capitalise on the new age of India and really leave that aggressive style approach, which has served really well in international cricket.
And I agree with you totally too. He probably set the scene for aggressiveness for India and that fearlessness. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. And I think that is, even in this last series in Australia, they still carried out that sort of same attitude that he's brought.
Yeah, he certainly has set the scene, hasn't he? All right. Also on Virat Kohli, the fact when he stated that he was leaving the side to spend time with his wife due to her expectant baby, what did you think at that point about the Indian chances of actually winning beyond that point?
I think after Adelaide, they were a long shot, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was going to be really hard. I was probably like a lot of people thinking that the Indian team would struggle from then. But to see what they did after that, I think was a credit to all the players, but also a credit to what he's brought to the team in the past. I thought Rahane did a fantastic job and proved that he was a great tactician, but I still feel there was a lot of Virat Kohli in what the team was doing post his departure.
That's a great way of putting it, actually, and probably the likes of Sharma would have added to that as well as a coach.
Yeah, definitely. He's a real godfather of Indian cricket, and that was pretty evident throughout the whole series.
Thanks for that perspective. It was very interesting. Hi, it's Norman Kochnek here for Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnek. We've got young Ben here. He's a cricket lover himself, plays a bit of cricket, I think, and he's certainly someone who knows a bit about his cricket. So let's hear from you now, Ben. You obviously know certain Indian players, don't you? You've heard of the likes of Virat Kohli, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, I've heard of Virat Kohli. Yeah.
You've heard of Virat Kohli,
yeah.
Yep. And the likes of Rohit, Sharma, and obviously MS Dhoni in the past.
Yeah, obviously grew up watching those players over the last 10 or so years. Watched them punish the Aussie bowlers around, but
All right, let's talk specifically about Virat Kohli. If you had to, someone mentioned his name to you, what would your thoughts go to?
I think Virat Kohli straight away he's a competitor. Yeah, he's a win at all costs sort of bloke, and he'd fit pretty well in the Australian dressing shed, I reckon, because he's a competitive person and. I think that's what the Australians pride themselves on in their cricket. So
Right. So he's more Australian than Indian in a way.
Yeah, he's not quite Australian. No. Keep him Indian.
All right. So what about his captaincy? What do you think of his captaincy?
Yeah, no, obviously his captaincy's very aggressive and it's good to watch, obviously, from an outsider's perspective. And I think most Australians have a lot of respect for him and the way he plays the game.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's a very interesting perspective from Ben, having played cricket. What are you, a batter or bowler?
No, I'm an all-rounder.
You're an all-rounder? Okay.
Yeah, predominantly a batsman, but
Where do you bat in the order?
Oh, top four normally, but
top four?
Go down the order, depends where I'm playing it.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
That's fantastic. All right, guys. Hi, this is Norman Kochnek here from Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnek. I'm actually here at Coogee Oval, or Coogee Bay Road, actually, and I've got three gentlemen here, Tim, Riley, Josh. Tim Riley Josh sounds like a famous cricketer in itself. So Tim Riley and Josh will be talking about a number of the Indian players. The first player that I'll be talking about is Virat Kohli. Guys, talk about Virat Kohli. What your thoughts are?
Aggressive captain. Rahane was the settled influence that India needed.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli, I think he's a guy that he holds up the line. And you come in with Virat Kohli, like a lot of the comparisons are made between him and Steve Smith. Virat Kohli comes in and like he's got that mentality, that eagerness just to keep his wicket, but not only that, but like spur on the rest of his players.
Interesting.
He's an absolute great player and fantastic batsman to watch.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Josh.
Look, I think he's probably the batsman of his generation, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's
he
just, yeah, as good as it gets. Fantastic to watch. I think it's a privilege that we all get to see him play.
Fantastic. Batsman of his generation. I really like that. Just another point about his captaincy, though. Just quickly about his captaincy. How would you rate it compared to other current day captains?
He's a legend. He's one of the best of all time. But Rahane, like, imagine like in that run chase, Virat is a legend, but he would have been a cat on like a hot tin roof. He would have been like Rahane's just that calm, composed, black belt karate, just like sit back, you know. We got the runs.
It's a tough thing to talk about, like with the current series loss, and what India did was nothing short of remarkable.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli though, like you can't, like if he's in that side, mate, like, and it's often not talked about. Like we compare it to Australia and setting fields and stuff. Virat Kohli's got an elite cricket brain as well. Like he's. Words can't express, man. Like he's a fantastic cricketer, but like just also like leadership. It transcends cricket, any sport. And you look up to the main guy. Same as Steve Smith in the Ashes. Like he goes out there, like at Lords after getting hit, and he comes back out. Like it's the same thing you get from Virat Kohli. That leadership, that mentality. He's just an elite cricket player with an elite cricket mind, and I think. Look, credit to India for what they did here. That was literally a very, very brave victory and an iconic victory.
It's brilliant. What a great statement. The fact that that was Riley actually talking there, calls it an iconic victory, like a captain of his ages, which Josh had talked about. Amazing comments. That's a really good example of three gentlemen here talking about Virat Kohli and how it's affected your thoughts on cricket. This is Norman Kochneck here, and I'm actually on Coogee Bay Road in Coogee in Sydney, very close to Randwick, which is the Randwick end of the SCG. And I've got Adam here with me, and Adam's going to talk about a number of the Indian cricket players. And first bloke he'll be talking about, the first player, is the current captain Virat Kohli. What's your thoughts on him, Adam?
Good batsman.
Good batsman, yeah. Have you seen much of his captaincy?
Yeah, I've seen a bit, yeah.
You think he's a good captain?
Yeah, he's a good captain, yeah, but that Raham's good too.
Rahane's good too, you're right. They've both been very good.
Yeah.
And the inspiration of Kohli over a period of time has been pretty important.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah? All right, so in terms of his presence in the team, how they are with him, do you think that's had an effect over the years on the Indian way of playing?
100%.
Are they more like Australians, would you say?
Similar, yeah.
Yeah, it's become pretty clear, hasn't it? They're playing a lot more like an Australian side in a way, especially when they were here.
100%, yeah.
So thanks for that. So that's what we're talking about Virat Kohli. I think that's Adam's perspective of Virat Kohli.